block on an inclined plane. Angle of inclined plane is theta, mass of the block is m. Then first we have to list forces. External force applied is not present, 0. Then second one is mass. Mass produces what? Force mg. Then after that surface produces normal reaction, and frictional force, but surface is smooth, therefore frictional force is 0. Then after that string is not present, spring is also not present, and after that pseudo force is also not present. Observer is standing over here on stationary floor. Then we have to take components of mg. One component of mg is in this direction, that component is what? Mg sin theta. That component is what? Mg sin theta. One component of mg is in this direction, that component is what? Mg cos theta. So block is not moving in this direction or this direction, therefore what? And normal reaction is equal to mg cos theta. Then second one is what? Force in downward direction is equal to what? Mg sin theta, and that force is equal to what? Mass into acceleration of the block. Mass cancellation. Acceleration of the block is what? G sin theta. Acceleration of the block is G sin theta. Then next one is pulley having two masses. String is massless, pulley is also massless, this string is also massless. We have to find out tension in each string and acceleration of each mass. Okay, so first thing which we have to do is list all the forces. External force is not present. Then mass. For pulley has no mass, this has mass 10g, therefore its weight is 10g. Then because of 3, force is 3g, mass is clear. Then after mass what? Surface is not present. Then after surface string produces tension. This string produces tension T, this string also produces tension T. String pulls pulley in downward direction, this pulley on this side also tension is in downward direction. As long as string is same, tension is same. As long as string is same, tension is same. If pulley has no mass, if pulley is massless, then tension on both sides is same. If pulley has mass, then tension on both sides is different. Let this tension be T1, upward direction on pulley and downward direction on the roof. Then this object will go in downward direction, this object will go in upward direction, therefore acceleration is in downward direction, here acceleration is in upward direction. First we will write equation for this mass. Total force on 10 kg is what? 10g minus t. Total force is 10g minus t. Total force is equal to what? ma, 10 into a. Total force on this 3 kg is what? T is greater than 3g, therefore it is moving in upward direction, therefore T minus 3g is equal to 3a, second equation. And third equation is for this pulley. Upward force is equal to downward. Upward force is what? T1, and downward force is what? T plus T, 2t. So 3 equations and unknowns, 1, 2 and 3. 3 equations and 3 unknowns, therefore we can solve this and find out tension in each string and acceleration of both blocks. Then pulley has 3 masses. This is 5 kg, this is 2 kg, and this is 1 kg. We have to find out acceleration and tension in the each string. First we have to list all the forces. Force on 5, first one is force due to mass. Mass produces mg. On this one 5g in downward direction. On this one 2g in downward direction. On this one 1g is in downward direction. Okay, these are the forces. Then after mass, the second one is surface. Surface produces normal reaction and friction, but surface is not present. Then third one is what? String. String produces tension. In this string tension is same because pulley is massless. So this tension is in upward direction, here tension is in downward direction, here tension is in upward direction, and here tension is in downward direction. Then tension in this string is different, let it be T2, on this mass in downward direction, on this mass in upward direction. Then tension here is in upward direction, that is different, T3. First we will write equation for pulley. Upward force is equal to downward. Upward force is T3, downward force is what? T1 plus T1, 2T1. Second we will write equation for this one. This mass is going in downward direction because this is heavier. This is heavier as compared to these masses. So force on this is what? Force on this is what? 5G minus T1 is equal to 5A. Then for this mass is going in upward direction, therefore T1 is greater than downward forces. So upward force is T1 minus downward forces. There are two downward forces. First one is what? 2G, and second one is what? T2 is equal to what? 2A. Then for 1 kilogram, upward force is T2 minus downward force is 1G. So this is total force on 1 kg. Total force is equal to m into A. These are the equations. So how many equations? 4 equations. And how many variables? T1, T2, T3 and A, 4 variables. By solving this we can find out A and T. Then if system of masses is like this, if system of masses is like this, if 10 kg is over here, pulley is like this, and 5 kilogram mass is hanging, 5 kilogram mass is hanging there. Then first one we have to list all the forces. Pulley and string both are massless. On this one force is in downward direction 5G, on this one downward direction 10G. First mass. Second one is what? Surface. Surface produces normal reaction and friction. In this case friction is not present. Normal reaction of the surface is in upward direction, that is what? N. Then after surface what? String. String produces tension. Tension in this string, entire string tension is same, because pulley has no mass. If pulley had mass, then tension on other different sides would have been different. Then after that spring is not present and pseudo forces are also not present. Then for this block is not moving in upward or downward direction, therefore N is equal to 10G. Then on this block horizontal force is what? T, therefore force is equal to MA. On this block total force is in downward direction, that is 5G minus T. 5G minus T is equal to 5A. 3 equations and 3 unknowns. N, T and A we can find out by tension and acceleration by solving these 3 equations. Okay. If pulley has mass, then if pulley has mass of 1 kg, its radius is 20 centimeter. On one side we have 10 kg and on the other side we have 8 kg. Then first one we have to list forces. Force due to mass, because of 10 kg 10G, because of 8 kg 8G, and because of this 1 kg 1G. Mass clear. Then after mass, surface is not present. After surface, string produces tension. In this string tension is T1, in this string tension is T2. But even if this string is same, even if this entire string is same, tension on different sides is different. Why? Because this pulley has mass. If pulley had no mass, if pulley was massless, then tension of this string would have been same on both sides. In this case tension is different. Okay, first we will write equation for this pulley. Upward force is equal to downward. Upward force is only one, this tension T1, and downward force is, there are 3. First one is 1G. its mass, plus second one is T2 and third one is T3. All tensions are in downward direction. First clear? Okay. Second, we have to write equation for 10G. Total force is what? 10G minus T2. 10G minus T2 is equal to 10A. Third equation we will write for 8 kg. It is moving in upward direction because T3 is more. So force is T3 minus 8G is equal to 8A. T3 minus 8G is equal to 8A. Second. Third equation, and this equation is different for massive pulley. If pulley has mass, then this equation is useful, otherwise this equation is not useful. Third equation is what? Torque is equal to I into alpha. Torque is equal to I into alpha. Torque is force into perpendicular distance between forces, and here torque is what? Force into, here torque is difference between tension into radius of the pulley. Difference between tension into radius of the pulley. So difference between tension is what? T2 minus T3, because T2 is more than T3. That's why pulley is moving in this direction. That's why pulley is moving in this direction. If T3 was more, then pulley would have moved in this direction. Okay, T2 is more, therefore pulley is moving in this direction. So T2 minus T3 is what? Force into radius. This is torque. T2 minus T3 into radius is equal to torque. I is what? Moment of inertia of disc. It is mr square by 2. It is mr square by 2. And into alpha. Alpha is what? Acceleration divided by r. Acceleration divided by r. So there are 4 equations. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And how many variables? 4. T1, T2, T3 and acceleration. R cancellation, R cancellation. So there are 4 equations and 4 unknowns. We can find out acceleration, T2, T3, T1 all. This equation is different. For massive pulley, this equation is different. Only you have to remember this one. What? Torque is equal to I into alpha. Torque is difference between tension into radius. Difference between tension into radius. I for pulley is what? I for disc type pulley is mr square by 2. And alpha is A by R. Okay? Then next one. Then last one. How to find out acceleration of each block, relation between accelerations of each block. In this case, acceleration of this block, let it be AY, and acceleration of this block, let it be AX. And these two accelerations may be different or may not be different, but we have to check it if accelerations are same or different. Okay, so first one is what? This length we will consider as L1, then this length we will consider as L2, and this length we will consider as L3. Okay, ठीक है. Then after some time this block moves from this position to this position. Block moves from this position to this position through distance x. This block also moves from this position to this position. When block moves, pulley also moves. This block moves from, once again I am repeating, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate relation between acceleration of this block and acceleration of this block. So I am assuming this length L1, this L2 and this length L3. Acceleration of this block is considered as AX and acceleration of this block is considered as AY. If this block moves in forward direction by distance x, then this block moves in downward direction by distance y. Then initial length of the string is L1 plus L2 plus L3. Initial length of the string is L1 plus L2 plus L3, right? Okay. So when this block moves from this point to this point, this length becomes L1. This length becomes what? L1 minus x. When block moves in downward direction by y, pulley also moves in downward direction by y distance. Therefore, this length of the string becomes L2 plus y. This length of the string also becomes L3 plus y. Therefore, by solving this, I can find out x is equal to 2y by taking derivative. Vx is equal to velocity of x is equal to 2vy, means velocity of this block is 2 times of velocity of this block. By taking one more derivative with respect to time, acceleration of this block is 2 times of acceleration of this block. So acceleration of this block, if I am assuming as a, then acceleration of this block I have to assume as 2a. If this acceleration is a, then this acceleration is 2a. So equation for this block becomes t is equal to ma, f is equal to ma, but f is equal to t, and m mass is 5 and acceleration is what? 2a. Acceleration is 2a. Then for this block, total force in downward direction is what? m1g. If mass of this block is m1, total force in downward direction is m1g, minus total force in upward direction is t plus t, 2t, is equal to what? ma, m1a. Acceleration here is a, acceleration of this block is 2a. So by solving these two equations, we can find out tension as well as acceleration. Okay.